In the heart of Lagos, where the streets pulsed with life and the air was thick with the scent of opportunity, there lived a man named Gbenga. He was not just rich, he was wealthy beyond measure. His fortune was the stuff of legends, and his influence stretched far beyond the gleaming tower of Victoria Island to the bustling market of Balogun. Gbenga had everything a man could desire: money, power, and the respect of many. But there was one thing that darkened his soul: an insatiable desire for other men's wives. Gbenga's wealth and connections made him untouchable. No one dared to oppose him for fear of his wrath. He would walk into any home, admire the wife, and with a mere flick of his finger, take her away. Husbands would weep, but none could challenge him, for to cross Gbenga was to invite ruin. He had done this to countless men, leaving a trail of broken homes and shattered hearts in his wake. One fateful day, Gbenga's eyes fell upon Asake, a radiant beauty whose smile could light up the darkest corners of Lagos. Asake had just married Kunle, a humble but proud man who had loved her from the moment they met. Their wedding had been a small affair held just the day before in a modest church in Surulere. They had nothing but each other and the dreams they held in their hearts. But Gbenga did not care for such things. He saw Asake and decided that she would be his next conquest. The very next day, he sent his men to summon Kunle and Asake to his mansion in Ikoyi. Kunle's heart sank as they stood before Gbenga in his lavish home, adorned with gold and marble, a palace in every sense. Gbenga did not waste time on pleasantries. "Asake," he said, his voice cold and commanding, "you will come with me. Your life will be better than you could ever imagine. Kunle, consider this a blessing. I'll make sure you are well compensated." Kunle's feet clenched, but he knew he was powerless against the man who could destroy him with a single word. Asake, however, met Gbenga's gaze with a calm that surprised even her husband. "My husband and I are one," she said firmly. "Where he goes, I go." Gbenga laughed, a cruel sound that echoed through the grand hall. "You will change your mind, Asake. You all do." With that, Gbenga dismissed them, confident that in a few days Asake would come to him willingly, as others had before, and he was right. Few weeks after, Asake sent a word to Gbenga that she was ready to meet him in private. Gbenga, full of pride, prepared for what he thought would be another easy victory. That night, when she arrived at Gbenga's mansion, she found him waiting, smug and self-assured. "Asake," Gbenga said, his voice dripping with satisfaction, "you've made the right choice." Asake smiled and handed him 2 empty glasses, and he filled them with wine. They both clicked their glasses in chairs, smiling victoriously. Gbenga, too consumed with his own arrogance, drank deeply. "What's this?" he asked, suddenly feeling a strange sensation in his chest. His heart pounded and sweat began to form on his brow. "It's the truth, Gbenga," Asake said, her voice steady. "It's what you've tried to hide from the world." It turned out that after Asake and Kunle had left Gbenga's mansion, they had something different in mind. They had heard of Gbenga's wicked ways long before they married, and they had prepared a plan to bring the mighty Gbenga to his knees. The night she was to meet Gbenga, Asake bought a small vial given to her by a wise old woman from her village. The liquid inside was said to reveal the truth of a person's heart, to show the world who they truly were. She had discreetly poured the liquid from the vial into the glass cup before he poured wine into them. Suddenly, Gbenga felt weak, his vision blurred, and he stumbled, grasping at the air as if trying to hold onto the power that had slipped away from him. The room seemed to spin, and as he looked around, he saw the faces of the women he had stolen, each one staring at him with cold, unforgiving eyes. What's happening?" Gbenga gasped. "You're losing everything," Asake said. "Your power, your influence, it was all built on the suffering of others, and now it's gone." As Gbenga collapsed to the floor, the mansion that once seemed so grand now felt like a prison. The women who had been under his thrall walked out of the shadows, and one by one they turned their backs on him. Each of them left the mansion, returning to their husbands and lives they had been forced to abandon. The spell had been broken, and with it Gbenga's hold on them. In the days that followed, word spread across Lagos that Gbenga had lost everything. His businesses crumbled, his allies abandoned him, and those who once feared him now looked at him with scorn. He was left with nothing, his wealth and influence gone as if they had never resisted. As for Kunle and Asake, they returned to their modest life, their love stronger than ever. They knew they had done more than just save themselves. They had freed many others from a life of misery. And as for Gbenga, he was left to wander the streets of Lagos, a shadow of the man he once was, a living testament to the truth that power built on evil deeds will never last. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more stories.